Hello everyone, welcome to IPM IAS Academy's daily news highlights. Today is 28th July 2024. So let's see what are the important news for today's discussion. Before moving to the important news, we have an important announcement related to the PCM course 2025. So PCM is Prelims cum Mains course 2025. So these are the important features of the course. We have recorded classes for all general studies subjects. Experienced faculty guidance will be there, and the course is on a self-learning mode. Exclusive current affairs sessions, psychological well-being sessions, expert sessions by civil service officers, goal setting sessions, CSAT classes, prelims analysis, and mains answer writing sessions. So these are the important features of this particular course, and the course is available at a highly affordable price. You can download the IPM IAS application and register for the course, but we advise you to take the scholarship test first. Okay, the scholarship test link is there in the description. So please click on the link and take the scholarship test, so that if you are getting really good marks in the scholarship test, you will have fee reduction for the entire course. So don't wait, please click on the link and take the scholarship test. So the first news is at NITI Meet, Prime Minister calls for states participation. So what is NITI? NITI means Niti Aayog. Okay, so let's see what are the important aspects related to the Niti Aayog also. So Narendra Modi, chairing the governing council meeting of Niti Aayog, says Viksit Bharat 2047 or developed India is the ambition of all Indians, and that states can play an active role in achieving this. So basically, the importance of Niti Aayog is to bring in a holistic development in the entire country and in all the states also. So states participation is really required for this initiative. Niti Aayog, that is the National Institution for Transforming India, is a policy think tank of the Government of India, established with the aim to foster cooperative federalism through structured support initiatives and mechanisms with the states on a continuous basis, recognizing that strong states make strong nation. So here we know that we are a union. So this union consists of many states. So if the states are strong, then the union will obviously be strong. So if the states are strong, the nation will be strong. So that is the main motto or the agenda behind the Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog actually came into existence after the Planning Commission. So Planning Commission was replaced, and in that place only Niti Aayog came into being. So what are the important developments Niti Aayog has to bring in? What are the features of Niti Aayog? What is the difference between Planning Commission and Niti Aayog? All these things you need to understand, because that is what is required from the perspective of civil services examination. All the states are the crucial participants of this meeting, and presently the CEO of Niti Aayog is BVR Subramaniam. So please try to understand about Niti Aayog and what is the difference between Niti Aayog and Planning Commission, why Planning Commission was replaced, and what are the important initiatives the Niti Aayog has actually taken after its constitution. So read this article and try to understand about it. So this article is coming in page number 1. So it's a part of General Studies 2, Indian Politics. Myanmar Prime Minister Dowell discussed stability of the border region. It's a very important news. Why? Because we are actually talking about the border security or the border management, and between two countries, India and Myanmar. Okay, so we share 1643 kilometer long border, which actually passes through Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh. So which means the Myanmar shares border with 4 important states of India. So it is a very important strategic point for us. So Myanmar Prime Minister Senior General Min Aung Hlaing has met National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and discussed measures for forging peace and stability in the border region. So the agenda for this meeting is the peace and stability in the border region. So where they met, that is also important. They actually met at the 4th annual meeting of the Security Chiefs of the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC. Yesterday we discussed about BIMSTEC, and the BIMSTEC meeting is actually getting conducted. So there only they actually met and they discussed about the border security management. So in the context of this news, we need to understand the importance of Myanmar as our neighboring country. So like I have already discussed with you, neighboring countries are important for our security, because if there is any problem happening in our neighboring countries, that will eventually become a threat for us also. So we need to have very cordial relation with our neighboring countries, and it is one of our responsibility to maintain cordial relations with our neighboring countries. So in this context, read about India-Myanmar relations in the past. Myanmar is actually facing some internal crisis right now. So there are a lot of confusion going on in the region. There are a lot of democratic issues going on in the region. So all these problems you need to try to understand what is the problems going on in the region and also how it is going to impact India as a democratic country. Okay, so read this article. You will have to go through the Indo-Myanmar relations in detail. Then it is actually coming in page number 3, General Studies 2 and International Relations. Now we have GNLF issues ultimatum to form separate Gorkhaland. Okay, so GNLF, what do you mean by this GNLF? GNLF means Gorkha National Liberation Front, GNLF. What is Gorkhaland? So Gorkhaland is a crucial issue in our internal security. The Gorkhaland issue refers to the demand for a separate state of Gorkhaland within India to be carved out from the northern part of the West Bengal. This demand is primarily made by the ethnic Gorkha community residing in the Darjeeling Hills and surrounding areas. So what is the reason why they are actually raising this concern or this demand? The people belonging to these areas have ethical, cultural and language differences with the Bengali community of West Bengal. So the term Gorkhaland was coined recently in 1980s by Subhash Ghesing, the founder of the Gorkha National Liberation Front. So GNLF is the only one is actually raising the demand for a separate Gorkhaland. So read this article and try to understand about the internal threats that we are actually facing, the secessionist movements that we are actually facing. Their demand is a separate state of Gorkhaland, which is actually an internal threat for the country. So read about it, and it is an important part of the internal security also. So it is actually coming in General Studies 3, Internal Security, page number 5. Chavism's designated successor. So the Venezuelan leader, that is Nicolas Maduro, is actually looking for a third term for the presidential elections, and he is actually considered as a successor of Hugo Chavez also. So Venezuela was going through a lot of economic crisis. So during the tenure of Nicolas Maduro, this problem, that is the economic crisis, has actually grown. Okay, the country actually met the severe economic crisis during his time period. So during that time, what he did for the development of the country, and what were the policies adopted by Nicolas Maduro, and why this problem is actually happening in the country, all these things are mentioned in this article, and their defense also, how the Nicolas Maduro and his followers, how they are actually defending why the economic crisis is increasing. All those points are discussed here. Mr. Maduro's presidency has led to a significant decline in Venezuela's economic standing, with millions being pushed into poverty, persistently high inflation and severe food shortages. So that was the situation of the Venezuela during the time period of Nicolas Maduro. On the other hand, you can see that Chavez supporters argue that the regime enhanced grassroots level participation in polity, exemplified by the high turnouts in the popular elections, and built cooperatives while using the proceeds of the extractive income to fund pro-poor programs. And while the regime was cognizant about the diversification, the lack of it during the oil price crash resulted in the economic crisis. So they are mainly focusing on the oil price crash. They are saying that this oil price crash is the reason for the economic crisis of the Venezuela. And they also talking about the participation of people in the democratic process, how it was actually increased during the time of Nicolas Maduro. So all those points are discussed in the article. Read about this article. It will give you a clear picture about the situation of Venezuela and its polity, and how they are going to face the upcoming election. The article also mentions about the constitutional crisis they are actually undergoing. What were the problems? What were the problems associated with the democratic process and the political parties? What happened to the opposition party there? All those points are discussed in detail. So read about the politics in Venezuela, and also when you are reading about the politics in Venezuela, try to understand its location also in the map or in the atlas. Try to understand about the location of Venezuela, and read about Hugo Chavez. Who was Hugo Chavez and what was his contribution to the development of the country? All those points, please do a small research. Then only you will get the understanding regarding this particular article. It is coming in page number 9, General Studies 2, International Relations. Blinken meet Wang flags China's action surrounding Taiwan. The United States hailed open and productive discussions between China's foreign minister and Secretary of the State Antony Blinken in Laos on Saturday, in which Mr. Blinken praised US concerns over Beijing's provocative actions around Taiwan. Mr. Blinken's stop in Laos is part of a multinational Asia visit aimed at reinforcing regional ties in the face of Beijing's growing assertiveness, including in the South China Sea and its deepening ties with Moscow. Okay, so mainly US is trying to address the issue related to China. China's growing presence in the South China Sea, the assertiveness of the Chinese government, and also their close relation with Russia, because already US is considering Russia as a threat. The war is actually going on in Russia and Ukraine. So all these points are taken into consideration while they are addressing China also. US also addressed the problem of Taiwan and what is the role of China in Taiwan, how China is affecting its Taiwan's administration. All those points are mentioned in this article. The article also discusses about ASEAN conference. The article also discusses about the other countries' present situation, especially Myanmar, the ongoing problems in Myanmar, the problems related with Taiwan, and also the Philippines, the problems in Philippines and the Philippines policy. All those points are addressed in this particular article. So what you need to do is, when after reading this article, try to understand about the ASEAN. What are the member countries of ASEAN and why this conference is happening right now, and what are the problems they are actually addressing in relation to Taiwan, Philippines, etc. and South China Sea. It's a growing crucial issue happening in the international arena. So read about South China Sea issue and the role of China in it. So this particular article is coming in page number 12, General Studies 2 and International Relations. I hope this video was helpful for you. So while reading today's Hindu newspaper, please do read about the FAQs, frequently asked questions in the Hindu newspaper, and there are certain important areas they are actually addressing, like natural farming and all. So read those articles also. That will give you a different perspective regarding natural farming and other the infrastructure, and also the budget, an outlook regarding the budget 2024. All those points you will get it from the FAQ. So read that FAQ also, and the main objective is to create a different outlook or a perspective regarding these matters. I hope this video was useful for you. So please do share, like and subscribe to our channel. Do share it with your friends so that they will also get understanding regarding the civil service examination updates and the current affairs.